Back at home now on tonight's edition of Retrospect, this week from the archives, Brian Hardy looks back at local troops saying their heartfelt goodbyes to loved ones before heading to Afghanistan, and takes a look at a major upgrade to CKSA radio.
This week in 2007, we bid farewell to soldiers off to fight in the war against terrorism.
It was an emotional scene at 4-Wing Cold Lake this morning as families gathered to say goodbye to the latest wave of troops headed to Afghanistan.
They are ready and honored to serve the country, and I think that's the bottom line at this point this morning, is that it's time to go and do some good out there, and they'll be ready for that for sure.
Most of the troops this morning here in Cold Lake are both anxious and excited about beginning their work in Afghanistan. But for many, it's a very difficult time of year to leave loved ones behind.
I'm gonna miss him.
They know I'm going and they're sadder, so it brings tears to your eyes.
Well, we're sad he's going, but he's gotta go. It's just the way it is.
It's clear the members of the squadron will not only be in the hearts and minds of their loved ones this Christmas, but in the prayers of Canadians across the country as well. In Cold Lake, Laura Brandon, Newcap News.
It's December 1989 and CKSA radio celebrates a boost in signal strength.
Here we go.
The changeover to a 50,000-watt transmitter came this morning at 8:15. Program director and morning man Pat Thomas did the on-air honors.
We signed out in the 1950s with 1,000 watts. The 1960s, 10,000 watts. 1080 CKSA prepares for the 90s as we prepare to hit the new transmitter, 50,000 watts. This is the most powerful commercial AM radio station between Winnipeg and Edmonton.
From Lloydminster, Canada's only border city, we are 1080 CKSA.
Join us next time when government cutbacks threaten to close down the local airport on Retrospect, this week from the archive.
Well, Christmas is a busy time for everyone, with family and friends visiting, dinners, shopping. People are always on the go. But the Lloydminster Fire Department wants homeowners to ensure the safety of everyone. Fire Chief Todd Gustafson says keeping it simple at Christmas time is best. He says being preoccupied is one of the leading causes of fires.
A lot of things going on, so the cooking gets started and then there's no attention paid to it, and that poses problems.
As for decorating with Christmas lights, make sure they're in good working order and have good extension cords.
A lot of people love to take the old electrical tape and just wind her up there, but at the end of the day, if they're frayed or they're cracked or whatever, just go get a new one. Fireplaces become a problem on Christmas Day when people tend to use them as to dispose of their paper wrapping and stuff like that. The only thing you should really be burning in a fireplace is good, clean, seasoned wood.
That candles are also a major fire hazard, especially if left unattended. He also says it's best to test your smoke alarm at this time of year. Well, are you shopping for a new Christmas tree this year? Your purchase of a real or fake tree could help several local families move into a new home. Habitat for Humanity on the border is in the process of executing one of its biggest builds to date and have started a Christmas fundraiser to help boost their numbers. They've partnered with Home Depot to raise money for Forester Place, a 7-townhouse build. Elise Cox has a story.
Christmas trees are lining the walls here at Home Depot, but this year, a portion of their sales will go to help out a local fundraiser.
It's $1 for every tree that's sold, and then as a store in Lloydminster, we're going to match the $1. Therefore, Habitat for Humanity will get $2 for every tree that's sold.
And the fundraiser could not have come at a better time for our local Habitat for Humanity chapter. The organization broke ground on their latest project 2 months ago. Forester Place is a multi-unit townhouse complex and will house 7 families. The build is one of their biggest to date.
We're in the early process. We've got some of the early digs done, just finishing up the last permitting.
Habitat is still looking for about $400,000 to complete the build, and the proceeds from this fundraiser will go directly to Forester Place.
We want to help give people a hand up to have their own home. Get them out of there's some really old houses and poor living condition in Lloyd. It's really nice if we can get them into some newer houses.
We believe in giving back to the community, and Habitat for Humanity has been a strong organization for us to work with building homes for families.
The Forster Place build is expected to be completed in the next year. Elise Cox, Newcap News.